Hi, Neil here with Covers Camo, your source for custom seat covers. Today we're doing an install on the 2012 Chevy Silverado 1500. And this is a great looking set here. This is the diamond stitch insert. It's a black soft touch, so it looks kind of like a leather. It's a simulated leather for the insert section. Double foamed right there, and the trim is going to be the Cryptek Highlander. So we're going to go through all the install technique here today and show you how it all goes on. First, couple things that you're going to want to get started out with is a pair of gloves. Gloves are nice with these installs. Again, just kind of helps protect your hands there. And then also for these Chevys, the headrests, that's going to be the very first step that we're going to do, is we're going to need to remove this. And you probably don't know this if you have a Chevy and you may have never released the headrest, but you're going to need to actually get a little tool to pull those out. And you're gonna need like a little Allen wrench or a little pin or something like that. I just grab these little Allen wrenches here and just flip it out. And let's see, so you just push it in. On this one just has one pin that you need to push in, and there it goes. So that's what's gonna get your headrest out. That's the first step to do, is get your headrest out like that. So the first step after you take the headrest off is really just take the driver backrest cover and pull it over. I knew it was the driver backrest, it was labeled, but also there's a side airbag compatibility section. So a little cutout, 3 Velcro tabs on the side right there. So you can see there's a little tab right there, perfect, okay? So that's the driver's side. That's gonna go on the outside so airbag could blow through if it ever needs to. Then after you pull that over, before you push this bottom section through, I like to put these headrest pieces on. So there's headrest cutouts, just like this, little cutout right here, okay? And then what you're gonna do is pop it over so it finishes out like this here. And so I'm using this plastic, or this fiber stick tool here to get it around. It's gonna stretch, it's kind of a big one, and I may even pop the thread a little bit, which is just fine. This is a real durable material. Even if it rips a little bit, it's not gonna be the end of the world, because it's not gonna just run on me. So I'm just working that around after I got it there. Perfect. So that popped over now, and then it should finish out like that. The next step is, after you have those here, you're gonna take this flap, this felt flap right here, and you're gonna push that through, okay? And then it's a little tight, so you're gonna have to work that through there. If you're struggling and it feels really tight, you may wanna bring the seat forward a little bit. That's gonna open up the gap underneath there a little bit more. Okay, so pushing that through there. And on this particular set, I'm gonna install the complete top backrest first before I do any of the bottom. So I push that felt through, and then what I'm doing is with my other arm, reaching behind and grabbing onto the back side right there, and I'm pulling with this arm here and also pushing with the other arm to kind of get all that fabric through, and it should be nice and tight against the seat. You shouldn't have a big kind of space or gap between there. So again, just kind of working that through, pulling it tight. I like to make sure all these edges aren't pulled out to the sides as well. So you just take this felt right here, and since it's tight on the front side right there, you just take this felt here, pull it up, and then you're just gonna take this Velcro and stick it down on that felt right there, and then that'll finish it out. So I'll just kind of do a few things to clean that up right there, but that's the driver backrest section. So the next step is that we're gonna put this headrest cover on the driver headrest here. And on this particular set, driver and passenger headrest, doesn't matter. So whichever one you grab, that works. So I can press this down a little bit here. This is leather, so it's gonna be a little bit tighter than the cloth, but it will pull on a little bit easier. So just compressing that down. Now I knew that this was the front because of this. So just get a look at this. If you're installing this, if you have this truck, this is your front side right here. It's a hook Velcro right here, and kind of slopes down like this. That's the front, okay? Just so you know. Now, compressing this down here. The other ways I've been able to tell is you kind of hold the headrest cover up against the headrest and just look at the shape. The shape often will tell you how, you know, what's the front, what's the back as well. Okay? Or if you order headrest logos, like the elk or bear that are worked up already, or maybe a Velcro patch, those are all options. And that would go on the, that would be the front, that would go on the front side of your headrest. So that's an easy way to know what's the front, what's the back. Okay, and, at the bottom here, there's these cutouts here, so you just kind of bring that together, stick that down right there to the Velcro, okay? And there's your headrest cover. So, looks really nice. This is just a really great pattern. Everything fits on really smooth, really nice, just cool look. Okay, so now we're gonna do the driver bottom, okay? Now, I know that this is the driver bottom because the customer ordered a driver side pistol pocket. So that's an easy way to tell. So that's our pistol pocket, that's the pistol pocket here, velour padded, 2 Velcro openings right there, and this whole pocket can be removed off, so you could take that in and out of the vehicle. But we're gonna put that aside for right now. The other way, you know, the other way to know is a lot of these are labeled, and this is driver's bottom. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull that label off. So that's not always the case with every piece, but a lot of them are labeled. Okay, so getting this driver bottom on. Now, you're gonna, first step is just kind of get it into place, and then take the fiber stick tool and tuck in the side piece into the side plastic trim right there. So there's the view of the side plastic trim. It's probably upside down for you now, but that's okay. So just, you know what it is, you know, but you're just, I'm just taking this tool, just tucking it in there, okay? And we're just getting that so it's kind of holding right there. Now you're gonna see on this particular truck, the bottom has an elastic strap right here that's hanging off the side, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that strap and then also tuck that in to the plastic over there, and that eventually is gonna get hooked around one of the straps and underneath. That's just to help this side from ever pulling out. It kind of keeps the side trimmed in really nice. So you push that through there. Next step is gonna be pushing this cover all the way through, get it around to where you want it, and then we'll start tightening things up. So now that I've got this into place, push that through. It's kind of a tight fit. So again, reminder, crank this seat forward as far as it'll go. So this is an electric seat, so I'm just pushing that forward. Again, it pulled all the way forward because it's gonna open up that gap right there. So now that you have it pushed forward there, you can come around to the back side here, kind of get everything pulled through. So want these edges to all be pulled. Here's this middle strap right here, and then there's buckles on the sides, and those buckles are, there's straps up front, and then we're gonna come back to these buckles here. So, okay, so now I got that through, that's pulled through tight there. I wanna talk to you about something here, is that there's technically 2 ways you could install this set, and there's a couple things that I'll go over with you. First one is that, now really the best way that I recommend doing it is just going over, there's this plastic on the back right here, okay? So there's this plastic trim right here, and you're gonna notice that there's Velcro. There's always Velcro on every set. And you're gonna think, hey, that Velcro needs to stick down to cloth. And it could. So, and I have done that before, where I've taken this and pushed it on the, in between that cloth and this plastic, and it is so tight. It's so dang tight that it's not worth the install, because it still looks really good. It holds on great because of these straps here. It's not gonna slide forward. Again, mainly because of this middle strap here. So what I recommend is that you just pull it around this plastic right here. And then what you're gonna do is take this middle strap right here, and that's gonna go underneath to a solid bar underneath here, and then back to itself. Okay, so I'll just kind of give you an idea what that's gonna do. It's gonna go underneath and then back to itself right here, and all these straps, how you do this is you go through the middle, the middle section right there, and then the outside section right there, and that's how you cinch these together right there. Okay, so this one's gonna go to a bar, and then the two straps on the other sides are gonna come back to these buckles right here. Okay, and that's gonna be how you get these straps in place there. So now this strap, I tucked it in earlier, but I brought it back out to show you. This is an elastic strap. It goes, tucks in here, and then it's gonna go underneath, and you could, two ways again. You could, I've taken it, in the past, I've taken this underneath and I've just actually tied it off to a bar underneath the seat. And that's really hard because there's not a lot of space underneath there. So really the better way to do it, and this is what I recommend, is you're gonna tuck it in underneath, and then you're gonna reach it across. So again, pretend like this is underneath the seat. You're gonna reach it across, and you're gonna take this loop right here, and you're gonna put the strap through this loop. Okay, it's gonna be, this strap is all, everything's gonna be underneath the seat, but this strap is gonna go straight back, and then that's what's gonna give it tension. That's gonna go straight back to the buckle underneath the seat here, and then that's gonna pull this elastic strap in. And again, all this is gonna be underneath, so it's gonna be pulling the cover underneath the seat. But that's really gonna be the better way to do it. So before you put this strap back and then weave it through that buckle, make sure that you take this, you got this underneath, stretched across, and you put that through there before you put it through the buckle, or else you're gonna have to undo the buckle and then do that if you leave this for the last step. So just make sure you weave that through this portion, then put it to the buckle, and that's gonna be a much easier way to do that rather than trying to tie this off. Another way you could do it is if you got like a little S-hook, you could take a little S-hook, put that on there and hook it onto something solid. But that's what I recommend right now, and that's why this loop is here, so you can put it through this strap and then go to the buckle, and that'll tighten it up. So the next step is gonna be these strings as well. So even before I tighten everything down here, I'm gonna put these strings through this little draw rope right here. And what this draw rope is for is to tighten up these bottom corners, so it just it's more for aesthetics and looks good to have everything kind of drawn up underneath, tightened up. This is a little bit of a trickier one. So I always say that you wanna find the little gap between the seat and the plastic trim. And again, that is what we're gonna do here. But this Chevy's just a little bit of a trickier bottom seat. Okay, so grab an extra drink of coconut water or whatever you're drinking today, and you may need some little extra energy to go through this bottom seat here. But what you can do is you can, I'm feeling back here, and what I'm looking for is a little bit of a gap between the seat, the cushion, and the trim, where I can drop this string through. Okay, and I'm feeling back there, and then also I'm gonna go underneath with my other hand and see, okay, I just met my two fingers together underneath there, so now I know, okay, there's a little space right there, and I'm gonna push this string through. Again, it's a little bit of a harder one to do. I've seen customers take this string going around the outside. That looks terrible. Don't do that. Get it done right, okay? That's our motto here. Do it right. Do it right, and do it right now. That's a good motto to live by, okay? So pushing this through here and getting it underneath, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is, as soon as I get it through enough where I can get it with my other hand, I'm gonna grab it and then pull it through right there. So now I was able to push that string through, and I pushed it through underneath this plastic right here, okay? So I want that string to come through here, but still kind of hooking the outside of the seat cushion, because I want it to go kind of straight back. And then I'm gonna just kind of make sure that string is pushed down, it's hidden, it's out of the way. Nobody's gonna even see this string when we're done with this install at all. So I got that through there, and now I need to get the other side of the string pushed through. On a lot of sets, I just go around the outside of everything right here. I just take the string, go on the outside. This particular set, I'm not doing that. So watch close, girls and boys. what we're doing is we're gonna go on the inside of the plastic, okay? So what I'm doing here, and there's a little bit of a reason for that, because this particular pattern kind of comes in on the inside of the plastic trim right here. So I don't know if you can kind of see down there, there's a little bit of a trim piece. So what I'm doing is that seat cover goes on the inside of that, and then I'm dropping the string down right about here, right where my finger is. So I'm dropping the string down right there, and then I'm gonna be able to grab the string underneath and then tie it off to the other one. So we're gonna tie the two strings together now. I pushed that string on the inside there, got it here, and this string is really tight underneath there. Like it's against something really tough, so I don't want to yank on that real hard right now, because it is possible to rip these strings. It's just kind of a tight spot. I don't want to have to fish out that string if I rip it there. So I'm just tying a loop in it right there, because that's going to be my stationary side. And then this is going to be the side that I'm going to crank on a little bit more, but again, not too hard on it. Oh, there it is. Ripped it. Oh shoot. So that happens sometimes, and all you got to do is I'll pull that cover out, and then I just need to tie it off, you know. So that's a good example of what happens. If that happens and you can't get it out and get it fixed, give us a call. You know, we're willing to work with you and kind of get a solution for you. So again, I just did a little knot in it right there. Just tied these two together, and then this is all going to be hidden again, and I'm just going to push this through again. Push it through and then tie it on back there. I'm gonna put it through that loop and then tie it off. And if it's really tight on that corner and if your string rips, the best way to do it is just bring it straight back through the crevice of the seat. So I just brought that straight back through, and then I'm hooking that around the outside of the cover right there, okay? Then I'm going underneath here to this other one where there's this loop right here. So I'm going through that loop, and then I'm gonna tie them on to each other. And again, you don't have to crank real hard. It just needs to be a little bit snug right there, okay? And then tie that off, and then everything's gonna be hidden there with when the rest of the cover comes down and folds over it. Okay, perfect. So that's good there, and then now it's time to do these straps. Again, this middle strap is gonna go underneath, and I got this pulled back enough. Everything's good there. It's just ready to be tightened on. Now, this middle strap is gonna be the first one I'm gonna do. One install tip for you is make sure that you raise this electric seat up as high as it'll go. So we've tightened down all the straps, backrest, bottom rest, so the buckets are all done. Again, driver side is gonna be the same steps as your passenger side. So just after you've done the driver side, just repeat all the same steps over there. And now you can take this top lid cover. This is the hard console lid cover between the two seats, and I'm gonna fold this around. And this was a little tricky to get on. You just got to get it started, and then it's not too bad. There's gonna be the top lid cut out for the tray right there, so the customer can still use the tray there. So that's accessible there. And then there's gonna be two Velcro straps on the inside down here. And you just wanna line those up. Really kind of line everything up before you start strapping it down tight. It's kind of the going principle with all the covers. I'm gonna slide this over a little bit more. I'm shifted to the right a little bit too far. These seat cover on these edges should just come right about to the edge of the hard console. Shouldn't really overlap too much. Now I'm gonna stick down that Velcro right there, that top. And then here's the bottom one there. And let's see, get that down there. I'm gonna loosen this one up just a little bit. There we go, that'll be better. There we go. Okay, and then just kind of rolling that over the edges Now making sure it all is laying down nice and tight, just how we need it there. So this is how it finishes out there. Again, I just had to adjust it around a little bit. You don't have to get these real tight underneath here. Actually, that bottom one's better if you keep it a little bit looser because it's gonna push up against the top of this console piece right there and just kind of tighten everything up. There's that front push button cut out right there. Also that key tray right here, that phone tray is open there as well. Okay,